こんにちは、皆さん。今日、私たちは日本語を勉強しています。質問があれば、私に聞いてください。Greetings, everyone. Today we are studying Japanese. If you have any questions, then feel free to stop and ask me at any time. We're going to continue with anime immersion with Card Captor Sakura. Nogashite. I believe that was to miss. Nogashite. Transitive to miss, chance to set free. Okay, to fail to. Bakare, of course, is a limit-setting word that can be used in hyperboles. Tsubasa, that's wings. Hidoge, I believe that is to spread. Hidoge. Transitive. Oh, yeah, from hidogeru. Yeah. So hidoge is its noun form, okay. To spread, to extend, to expand, to enlarge, to widen, to unfold. Hidogeru. So let's see. That said. Spread wings. Actually, Tsubasa Hidoge. Let's see. Spread wings, Futari. Two people spreading wings, so two people spreading wings together. Okay, that said, two people spreading wings together. Actually, Date, Tsubasa, Hidoge, Futari, ge. Let's see, it says, translates as, come on, spread our wings together, but though I know from grammar studies, it's more of saying, like, that's said, then come on, from how I understand it. the Kiko was surely, undoubtedly, sternly, suddenly, abruptly, instantly. So and I believe the so is what was the previous line? Let's see. Yeah, because that's clearly part of the second line. Okay, the way she's singing it. I know so means that way. Almost the way she's using it sounds like she meant to say the English so, but like the person put so S-O-U down below instead. Not entirely sure though. So it's Kito. So surely nice to meet you. Good to see you, Kito. Well, surely nice to meet you. Good to see you. Okay. Okay. As I mentioned before, it says watashi here, but she says atashi, which is basically a feminine way of saying watashi. So it's watashi no omoi anata o hato ni tonde 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 ike. So my thoughts my thoughts will will be able to fly to your heart. Nene, kokono osakana kawaii yo, or okay, hey, basically. This is basically like how you say hey or get someone's attention, nene. Kokono osakana, or the sakana located here. Kawaii yo is cute. So hey, this fish is cute essentially. Tanoshone. Okay. Sakura-chan tanoshone. Now, okay, in Japanese, you're not allowed to say... Well, it's basically built into the language structure where you cannot say things you physically cannot know. So because it's Tomoyo-chan's talking about an emotional state of Sakura, it's not physically possible for one human being to ever really know the emotional state of another, and that's reflected in how the language works. So she can't say Tanoshi, she has to say Tanoso, So, given the appears like or looks like. So, in other words, Sakura-chan looks like she's having fun, essentially. So, Sakura-chan Tanoshou.
Sakura-chan 楽しそうね。そうですわね。Sakura-そうです。
そうですわね。
さくらちゃん楽しそうね。そうですわね。さくらちゃん運動会とか遠足とか大好きだ。そうですわね。さくらお魚かわいいよ。さくらちゃん楽しそうね。そうですわね。さくらちゃん楽
Oh, this was Rika saying this. Okay, yeah, Rika.
しそうね。そうですわね。
Okay, so this one, yeah, it would have made sense if there was Tomoyo-chan saying that both, but okay, so, essentially saying like that's right or that way to be that way. In other words, that's right. Agreeing with what you just said.
さくらちゃん楽しそうね。そうですわね。さくらちゃん運動会とか遠足とか大好きだもん。そうですわね。さくらちゃん運動会とか
And this is Naoko. Okay, so Sakura-chan Undo Kai Sports Field Day Athletic Meet. Let's see if I remember Undo is like Undo exercise physical training because you have I believe the first kanji comes from Renshu if I remember correctly. Renshu. No, not Renshu. Okay, let's see. This kanji comes from. Oh, yes, it is Renshu. Yeah, first one comes from Renshu. And second one comes from Ugoku, which is to move. So to move training, aka physical training. And then the second kanji has to do with meeting. So, or the third kanji, I should say, has to do with meeting. So that's physical training meeting, aka athletic meet or sports day. So undo kai. So undo kai toka insoku excursion school trip field trip outing insoku. What makes insoku? Okay, it's intransitive of sudo verb, or aka it's a noun, a meishi. Oh, okay, so this is the kanji for distances. Is this toi? Yes, this is toi, okay. Toi combined with ashi, which is foot, foot or leg. So long foot, aka, is a trip excursion essentially. So insoku. Let's see. Let's see. So Sakura-chan, undo. Okay, Sakura-chan undo kai toka Insoku toka. I think it's trying to say, I suspect it's trying to continue with a statement about, do you think she enjoys the school trip more or the athletic day more? See, Sakura-chan sports days and field trips. Now, why is toe in there? If I get rid of toe, what does it become? Sakura-chan sports day and field trips. Let's see. The Toka construction. Toka grammar. Toka is a word that belongs to a unique family of particles in Japanese called listing particles. As the name suggests, these particles are used for listing groups of items that share some similarities. Toka can be used after verbs or nouns to express, among other things. So, kinko no tame ni. Kinko, that was health. Kinko. Get which type of health, though? Kinko no tame ni. Yasai. Yasai o, oh yeah, Kinko no tame ni yasai o taberu to ka mizu o nomu to ka o shite imasu. For my health, I do things like eat vegetables and drink water. Kame to ka turtle tortoise. Kame to ka supon to ka Chinese soft-shelled turtle. Okay, so Kame to ka supon to ka wa oishin desu ka? Are things like turtles and soft-shelled turtles delicious? When multiple things are listed, the last item in the list can and often does have to ka omitted. Kabocha. Kabocha. Pumpkin squash. So, kabocha toka satsu mai mo toka. Satsumaimo sweet potato. So kabocha toka satsumaimo toka hakusai. Napa cabbage hakusai to shiitake ga haite. So kabocha to ka satsumaimo to ka bokusai to ka shiitake ga haiteiru nabe ga suki. I like hot pots that include things. And nabe is pot. So I like hot pots that include things like pumpkin, sweet potatoes, cabbage, and shiitake. Caution: toka is used to list items in a non-exhaustive way. What this means is that the listener will assume that there are other items in this list apart from what is stated. The speaker is just providing a few examples of potentially much larger category. Fun fact: as we have seen, toka may be used with verb phrases. This is in contrast to ya, a similar grammar point that can only be used with listing nouns. Yeah, because to is one of the few particles that can actually take something besides a noun. Why does toka allow you to list things? I know ka by itself is used as an or, and to by itself can be used as an exclusive and. Why is toka a non-exclusive and, essentially? Unlike some other listing particles, toka can be used after both nouns and verbs and allow for a much broader range of expressions such as actions or events. Okay. Its use is considered more casual and conversational compared to listing forms like ya and nada, which are more common in formal writing. See, if I was just to have ka on a statement, it would mean it would throw that as a question, or at least put an or, like or this or that. And if you have ka by itself with the things behind that or, it would be this or that. You know what? I think I'd have to like look more into the origins. Actually, yeah. What are the origins of Tolka? What is the origins of Tolka? Construction is used to quote or report information that is confirmed or uncertain, often conveying hearsay or speculation. It is distinct from the listing particle tolka, which is used to indicate non-exhaustive list of items and is derived from a different grammatical function. The tolka in the context of hearsay, such as in sentence plus tolka, is understood to mean they say or it is said. I'll have to look more into that to understand a deeper meaning of it, but let's get going. So, Sakura-chan, Undo Kai Toka. Insoku Toka. Okay, Sakura-chan, Undo Kai Toka. Insoku. Sakura-chan, Undo Kai Toka, Insoku Toka.
さくらちゃん楽しそうね。そうですわね。さくらちゃん運動会とか遠足とか大好きだもん。
Daisuki Damone. So Sakura-chan likes field trips and sports days.
さくらちゃん楽しそうね。そうですわね。さくらちゃん運動会とか遠足とか大好きだもんね。
I wanted to mention this Mon is a shorten of Mono.
私、木本さくら。友枝小学校の4年生。
That's it. What Kinomoto Sakura Tomoeda Jogaku no Yonensei, or in other words, I am Sakura Kinomoto, a fourth grader at Tomoeda elementary school. As you notice, the last name goes first when you say it in Japanese. Also, there's a general thing I've noticed in Japanese where you say the larger category first. So instead of saying fourth grader at school first, she said from the city of Tomoeda. So you start with the largest categories and you progressively move down. So Watashi Kinomoto Sakura Tomoeda Shogakko no 4年生。
私、木本さくら。友枝小学校の4年生。今日は社会科見学の日なんだ。
今日は社会科見学 educational visit, educational field trip. Let's break this word down. Okay, so the first two kanji together make Shakai, society, public, which comes from company, let's see, company, firm, office, association, shrine, and then meeting. So Shakai, public, and then when you add the third kanji to that, Ka, studies. So society, public, studies. Shakai ka, and then the last two kanji, I suspect they go together. Let's see. Kingaku, inspection, study, observation. That's basically made from kanji used in school and the kanji used to observe. So inspection, study, or school or study, but yes, so together that makes essentially society, study, inspection, aka educational visit by a class. Shakai ka kingaku, shakai ka kingaku. So kyo wa shakai ka kingaku no he educational visit day, aka field trip day. Nanda, and then this is just stated in an explanation way. This nan. So kyo wa shakai ka kingaku no hi nanda.
私、木本さくら、友枝小学校の4年生。今日は社会科見学の日なんだ。グループごとにいろんな公共施設に行くことになったんだけど、見学の日なんだ。グループご
グループごとに something that takes place regularly in succession after a certain group gotoni. No, this is not gotoni, this is goto, because wait, this is na. Kokyo shisetsu, public facilities. Iku koto, to go thing ni natta, it became dake, just do. We ended up going to various public facilities in groups, but wait, do can be used by itself to mean but. Interesting. Explain the grammar of this phrase. core structure involves naru meaning to become. The phrase iru na kokyo shisetsu translates to go to various public facilities. The verb iku means to go to its plain form. Okay, let's see the phrase. Grupu goto ni means by group or according to groups, specifying that the action of going to public facilities is organized on a group basis. The particle dakedo is a conversational connector that adds a sense of explanation or a slight contrast, often used to introduce a reason or to soften a statement. It can be translated to but or it makes this it makes the sentence sound more natural and spoken in Japanese. Therefore, the entire sentence means it's been decided that we will go to various public facilities by group, indicating that the planned activity has been arranged for different groups to visit different public facilities. Explain the origin of dakedo. Oh, it's just da. Okay, so it's not dake as in the particle dake. It's da as in the particle da, and then kedo after that. Okay, so it's that. So it's that word. Okay. The term grupu goto in Japanese translates to by group or according to group. In English, it's a compound word formed from grupu, meaning group, and goto, the grammatical particle that indicates each or according to a specific category of unit. The origin of grupu goto lies in Japanese language structure for expressing actions or states that occur in relation to distinct groups. The particle goto is derived from the classical Japanese word goto, which historically meant each, or in the manner of. In modern Japanese, grupu goto is commonly used in business organizations and social contexts to indicate that a task, decision, or action is being handled or applied separately for each group. Kaku buketsu goto means by department. So I should be able to look that up, and it should say that goto is a particle, right? Okay, no, it's a noun. Say meishi or fukushi, depending on how it's used. What? That's the each, every. Okay. Oh, isn't that the same kanji used in mai? Yes, it is. Interesting. So when used this way, it can mean each. So, グループごとにいるん。So each group existing to now, if I remember correctly, when you use a phrase as a descriptor, you don't need the not particle. So why does this have it? Explain the grammar behind. Gotoni, which means according to or per. Okay. The word iruna is a combination of sakujitsu, meaning various or different. Oh, that's not I misread that. That's not iru, that's iron. That's a different word. Iron. Iron. Different opinions. Objection. Iron, various. So when not used as a pre-noun, aka not used in front of a na, it can mean different opinions or objections, but when you okay, oh, that's a different kanji, so that's not even the same word. But when used, oh, I see. It says the ito as in color, and if you remember, ito means various things, but ironna. Oh, the na is not a particle. It's actually part of the word. So ironna is the word itself. Ironna, various. At least if I'm understanding this correctly. So グループごとにいろんな then 公共施設 public facilities. The first two kanji together, 公共 public facilities, service, etc. Public principle and together, okay. And then the second two kanji, facility. Let's see, so it's used. Second two comes from give, bestow, perform, and establishment, provision, prepare. So public facilities. So the first two have more of a public meaning, and the second two have more of a facilities type meaning. Kokyo, okay, so let's see. Kokyo shisetsu. So グループごとにいろんな公共施設グループ ごとにいろんな公共施設に so so with each group with different public facilities, or I should say two different public facilities, 行くこと let's see, go thing. The go thing became, or past tense of it, became, but. So in other words, each group went to different public facilities, but. We ended up going to various public facilities and groups. Oh, konnichiwa, Makoto, genki desu ka? Makoto wa, what's up? Nihongo no benkyou desu ka? Toimashita. Or Makoto said, yes, I'm studying Japanese and I'm trying to study/teach it along the way. And I'm doing the immersion approach where now since I've been studying basic Japanese for a while, I'm trying to hear it in actual context, not like study sentences. If you have any questions, then feel free to ask. Let's see. Makoto wa genki desu yo. Konba. Oh yeah. Konban. Hajime? Let's see. I don't think I know those kanjis eventually, but I don't think I've seen them together before. First sight. Seen for the first time. Oh, Shoken. Shoken. Yeah, because if it was pronounced as Hajime, that would be really confusing. Oh, are you trying to say it just became evening? Let's see. Konban wa. Oh, good. Oh, good evening. First time here. That's right. Oh yeah, first sight or first meeting. Okay. Okay. Well, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Let's see. Continue with this. So each group, various public facilities. We ended up going to various public facilities and groups. Okay, so at least in the way it's translated in English, it implies that one group is going to multiple facilities separately from other groups going to multiple facilities. It's not one group going to one facility, another group going to another facility. Oh, that would make sense because we're saying with each group, or グループごとに に、いろんな公共施設 public facilities に行く yeah. So each group is going to various public facilities. Okay, so and then not the and then that whole thing just became, in other words, became true, or it occurred essentially. And this nata is how you say it in a self-move way, because if you don't want to say who was like in charge of it, you just would use nata with it. If you actually use a pseudo verb with it, some form of pseudo, you'd have to say who was actually sitting in all the groups.
先生、今日は社会科見学の日なんだ。グループごとにいろんな公共施設に行くことになったんだけど、私たちは水族館なの。
私たちは水 something かな no. That knows another way of saying it in the as if you stayed in fact kind of way, facts way. See, this is Suizoku-kan. I know the first is water and the second is facility, but what is that middle kanji about? Tribe. Oh yeah, that's right. Tribe or family. So water family, and basically referring to aquatic fauna. Yes, Suizoku. Just realized this is the same Zoku that is in Kazoku, or family. So you could just think of it as water family. So water family building, aka the aquarium. Suizoku-kan. Let's see. See, I think some of these messages. Yeah, let me give this a little more space. I think some of these messages are being cut off. There you go. I can see it. See. Do you learn by yourself all the time? Yeah, so a lot of my studying tends to be by myself, except when I have people I'm talking with in chat. Yeah, I started out with like doing Rosetta Stone. Then I did a lot of Anki, and now I'm trying to do immersion, because as I was learning from my study of how to study, immersion is the only way to go from beginner to intermediate. Yes, like how you're talking with me right now, that kind of chat. Some people say, oh, talk about different aspects of what we're studying in the in whatever material we're working with at the time. So yeah, Suizoku-kan. 私たちは水族館なの, or we're in the aquarium. And when I was in Japan, I went to two different aquariums. The one that's in Tokyo, under Skytree, and can't remember the exact name of the second one I went to, but I suspect that this one that we're going to see in this anime was heavily influenced by this. Actually, that's right. The Skytree one wasn't built yet when this anime was made, so I would have had to have been based off of an older aquarium. Yeah, Skytree got built sometime around 2012, 2013.
グループごとにいろんな公共施設に行くことになったんだけど、私たちは水族館なの。水族館って大好き。
水族館って大好き. Okay, from how I understand the grammar of this is the shortening of either Toshite or Toyu. Since Toyu does not make any sense, then people would assume to be this is Toshite. So doing aquarium, aka going to the aquarium, daisuki is very likable. So in other words, I love going to the aquarium. If you remember, shite can be used as a replacement for specifying what the action actually is. So, Suizoku-kan daisuki.
ことになったんだけど、私たちは水族館なの。水族館って大好き。そろそろペンギンのショーが始まるよ。大好き。公共施設に行くことになったんだけど、私たちは水族館なの。水族館って大好き。
Trying to hear how she's pronouncing the T sound in that.
ことになったんだけど、私たちは水族館なの。水族館って大好き。
I don't hear like a double T.
水族館って大好き。
Suizokan. Yeah, I only hear the T once in that.
たちは水族館なの。水族館って大好き。
Yeah, oftentimes with that little quoting thing, it will be said with the two T's in it. I guess it depends on what you're quoting, whether you say it with one or two T's. Mukashi na, sugoi mukashi na da ne. Soto. Soon, before long. Does Soto by itself mean anything? Soto. Let's see. Sotoeru is to collect, gather. What is the origin of Soto? Is onomatopoeic or mimetic word? There's a lot of those in Japanese. Okay, it is used to convey a sense of gradual progression or an impending near future, often implying that it is about time to do something, where its exact etymological origin is not detailed. And okay, its function as a mimetic word suggests it imitates a feeling or sensation rather than having a direct literal meaning derived from other words. It's commonly used to express that a situation is approaching a certain point. So, soda, penguin no show ga hajimaru, or the penguin show is about to begin soon.
たちは水族館なの。水族館って大好き。そろそろペンギンのショーが始まるよ。はーい、さくらちゃん。
Sakura-chan, iki.
さくらちゃん。みんな早く行こう。
Mina, hayaku iko. Everyone, shall we go quickly?
さくらちゃん。みんな早く行こう。早い。
Fast.
ペンギンさん、ペンギンさん、ペンギンさん。
Penguin.
さくらちゃん楽しそうですわ。
Sakura-chan tanoshou desu wa. Or Sakura-chan looks like she's having fun. Sakura no Doki Doki. Was this Haji Deito? Haji Deito. Hajimaru. Hajimeru. Trying to get the other kanji. Hajimaru. No. Where's that other kanji? Two kanjis. Oh, yeah, I wanted to ask you something about Doki Doki. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Hatsu Deito. Yeah, so I wanted to ask you about the Doki Doki. Is this my understanding of Doki Doki correct? From how it basically represents the beating of a heart, but as for how it should be interpreted, it could be you have to look in context whether it's supposed to mean excited or beating of a heart. For example, in this context, would it be exciting? So yes, okay. Okay, and is there I I mean, is there any like more clues when someone's actually using Doki Doki, whether they're trying to say like their heart's pounding versus it's exciting? Is there actually like some way you could tell? Like, is there some way to basically interpret it? Is what I'm wondering. Just in general, something easier than just like trying to gauge the situation because. How do you know whether someone means to be exciting or if they're just trying to say something in a different way, like, this is making my heart pounding? So, Sakura no Doki Doki, and it was Hatsudeto, Hatsudeto. Sakura no Doki Doki Hatsudeto.
すごいねすごいね。
Sugoi ne, sugoi ne. This is another example of the word's actually sugoi, but to make it sound stronger, they did a double consonant on it. Sugoi, 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 ne.
すごいねすごいね。いいな。
Ina, it's nice or it's good. Okay, let's see. When you want to say excited or excited sound with Doki Doki is a little different. Okay, when you want to say excited tone with Doki Doki, it's a little bit different. Okay, so there's basically a voice cues of it, but can you, is it, but when it's written though, is there any general rules for, like, how does the voice cue work? And if when it's written, how would you tell whether you're talking about the pounding of the heart or whether you're talking about getting excited? So that's two questions.
私もペンギンと一緒に泳ぎたいな。
私もペンギンと一緒に泳ぐ、yeah. 泳ぎたいな。Okay, so in other words, I, she just saw the trainer in the water swimming with the penguins, and so she's saying, "Watashi mo penguin to issho ni oyogitai na." I also want to swim with the penguins. You know, she's saying I also because they're using the mo particle here and not the wa particle.
私もペンギンと一緒に泳ぎたいな。さくらちゃん泳ぐの得意ですものね。ペンギンと一緒に泳ぎたいな。さく
See, Sakura-chan oyogu no tokui, satisfaction, pride, triumph, elation. Tokui. So, and this kanji's, I know this has to do with thought, and this kanji has to deal with profit, advantage, benefit. So advantage thought, aka satisfaction, I guess. Right. So oyogu no tokui desu mono ne. Let's see. So Sakura-chan's to be satisfied. So Sakura-chan satisfied swimming as well? Let's see. Oh, Sakura-chan, you're such a good swimmer. So this has to do with ability. One strong point, one's forte. I guess that sort of makes sense. If you're prideful about something, it means it's one of your strong points. So Oyogu no Tokui, in other words, swimming's a strong point. So as for Sakura-chan, swimming is to be a strong point, and that's the thing, mono. So Sakura-chan, Oyogu no Tokui desu mono ne. Okay. See, something romantic. When you want to say excited sound with doki doki, it's a little bit different. Okay. Let's see. Romantic is doki rising pitch, ki lowering pitch, do rising pitch, ki lowering pitch. Okay, but when you say romantic though, that sounds like it can be both excited or like heart pounding meanings when used in the romantic sense. Or is in the romantic sense it's only religionally used as heart pounding meaning. Oh, it's both. Okay. Yeah, my question was more of both in written and text formats. How would you distinguish Doki Doki's exciting meaning from its heart pounding meaning?
私もペンギンと一緒に泳ぎたいな。さくらちゃん泳ぐの得意ですものね。
I want to mention also in here as well. Notice there's no ga or wa particle. Very common thing as you've seen in casual Japanese. Wa and ga gets dropped in sentences.
Sakura ちゃん泳ぐの得意ですものね。はい。
Chokyoshi, animal trainer. Chokyoshi. See, Chokyo is just training animals. Okay, and so the she on the end has to do with the person. And if I remember correctly, this middle kanji comes from... Let's see. Oh, it's the kyo used in Kyoshitsu classroom. Isn't this also used in oboeru? Oboeru. No, it's a different kanji. I think I saw it in another word. Osoaru, to be taught, to learn, to take lessons. Okay, and this first kanji gets used in words like tune, meter, key, music, writing style, prepare, exercise. Harmonize. It sounds like it gets used in a lot of like physical things. So I guess animal trainer would be teaching them to do physical things. So Chokyoshi. Let's see. It's quite hard to explain. Yeah, I figured it would be. That's part of the reason why I'm trying to do a immersion training, because there's a lot of things that'll just you can't find textbooks teaching you this stuff. Nothing short of immersion will teach it, and you'd never be able to pick it up with anything less from an immersion. Missed it. It was Tokui. Hakushu, clapping applause. Even if you were, I think you would have trouble explaining nuances, which I hear is sometimes just too difficult to explain. Let's see. First kanji has to do with clap or beat. So a clap or beat with your hands, aka is clapping. Hakushu. Oh, you could actually probably use this stream to learn the reverse. Since we're going between English and Japanese, you can improve your English. Cute. Oh, Ashiga. Okay, that's what that was. Ga. This is sort of like the English expression when when you say like my foot, but you don't actually say what it means. You just so Ashiga. Da, Dame Penguin-san, or don't Penguin. Don't Mr. Penguin, or Penguin, Penguin, Penguin. Sakura-chan. Penguin-san no Tasuke Nakia. The Tasuke, Tasuke was the noun form of Tasukeru, so basically saying rescue or save in a noun way, and then Nakia. Let's see, what's this Nakia? Tasuke Nakia. Now this kya can't be. Oh, this is the na as in negativizing it. So this is taskenai. So this isn't a noun form. This is just a negativizing a verb. So this comes from taskenai. And then taskenai gets modified again to be taskenakya, which is a very shorthand way of saying taskenakereba, which that by itself is also an even a shorthand way of saying taskenakereba ikimasen. In other words, so we have to save the ping one. So taskenakya. Taskenakya. So we have to save the ping one. Penguin. Penguin song, and then see. Let's see, Naki Goe. For some reason I was thinking this was supposed to be Toi Noge. Toi Goe. Naki Goe. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I guess they translate to Jesus. See, Naku, to make a sound, to chirp, to sing. Okay, so Naku is to make a sound, but it refers specifically to animal sounds. And then Koe is from voice, but when you used it together, Tenten Hoki makes it Goe, so Naki Goe is just animal sound. So Naki Goe.
どうしたんだ一体。
どうしたんだ痛い So, so basically, what occurred, or aka what happened? Dostan, basically, this gets used more for talking about the questions about an action, which is why it's uses sudo in the word. So dostan itai, and then this kanji is literally one and then body, but or karada, but it has a meaning of like what on earth, what in the world kind of meaning to it. What if it's trying to say that situation? If you think of the body as the situation, I wonder if that's where it's derived from. Actually, let's see if I can find that. I've been curious on that before. How does itai translate to that. Let's see. What is the origin of itai? It originates from the literal meaning of one body or one form, combining the kanji ichi meaning one and tai meaning body or form. This fundamental concept of unity or wholeness is the root of its various meanings. Over time, the core idea evolved. The noun sense of the whole entirety or general developed, which could be used to adverbally often with the particle ni. Itai ni konen. Let's see. Itai ni kotoshi. Itai ni kotoshi wa samukata, meaning on the whole, this year has been cold. The emphatic or interrogative use of itai, meaning like what the heck, what on earth, or why in the world, derives from this adverbial sense or in general, on the whole. When placed before a question, it intensifies this query and expressing surprise, frustration, or incredulity. The usage emphasizes the questioner's feeling, transforming the simple inquiry into a more forceful expression of disbelief or astonishment. While some suggest it may be shortened from itai zentai, zentai, whole, entirely, so it'd be the whole body. So in other words, my theory of it was kind of correct. It has to do with wanting to know about like the whole situation that led to this kind of thing. So hence it gets its, and it's used to make it more emphatic. So hence the what on earth, what in the world meaning to it. And in this case, the tai body would be the situation. So, dostan itai.
どうしたんだ一体。
ペンギンが渦に飲まれて。
ペンギンが渦、ペンギンが渦に飲まれて to be swallowed up by, to be engulfed. Intransitive, which makes sense since we're talking about the penguin, so it would have to be intransitive where nomareru. Let's see. Itai nani ga okotteるんだ. Oh yeah, what in the world occurred essentially? Yeah, itai nani ga okotteるんだ. Okay, so yes, Nani. Uzu, okay, ni nomarete. So, penguin ga uzi ni nomarete. Or the penguin's been swallowed by the whirlpool.
ペンギンさんペンギンさんペンギンさん
どうしたんだ一体。
ペンギンが渦に飲まれてでも助けら
でも、助けられない。Let's see. So from 助ける becomes 助けられない。becomes 助けられる。Yeah. 助ける becomes 助けられる。And then 助けられない。Now, so, yeah, this is an Ichidan if I remember correctly. Let's see. 助ける。Yes, Ichidan. So that means this could be the potential form or the receptive form. So receive saving. I'm not able to receive saving. No, that doesn't make any sense. So potential form, able to save. I'm not able to save. Yes, that makes more sense. Demo, taskerare nai. I'm not able to save it. Or I'm not able to save the penguin.
どうしたんだ一体。
ペンギンが渦に飲まれてでも助けられないあれれお兄ちゃんあれれ
Oh. Arere.
お兄ちゃん
Oni-chan, brother.
溺れかけた
He.
さくらがか
Oboreru. To struggle in water. To sink below the surface and become unable to breathe. To nearly drown. Okay, so. Oboreru. To struggle. Okay, intransitive. Obore. So we're talking about this in the. Let's see. Obore. Kake. Okay, so we're using the kakeru attachment in the past tense. Kakeru. So, obore kaketa. And Sakura gaka. So, nearly drowned. Sakura. Let's see, I know this kakeru as an attachment has a certain nuance to it. What what is the grammar behind obore kaketa? Obore kaketa is formed by combining oboreru, meaning to drown, or to be in danger of drowning, with the suffix kaketa, which is the past tense of kakeru. The suffix kakeru, when used with a verb, typically indicates one of two things: an action that was started but not completed. For example, yomi kaketa means started to read but didn't finish. Oh, that's right. That's right. Kakeru as a suffix has to do with starting an action. An action was nearly done but did not fully occur. This is the okay. An action was nearly done but did not fully occur. This was the meaning in the case of obore kaketa. Therefore, obore kaketa specifically means almost drowned, or was on the verge of drowning. It describes a situation where someone fell into the water and was in a state of being submerged, in danger of dying from drowning, but did not actually drown. Past tense kaketa indicates that this near drowning event had already happened. Okay, the construction is similar to other verbs with kakeru, such as shini kaketa, almost died, and or Hassan shi kaketa, nearly bankrupt. I think, yeah. Nearly insolvent. That's right, so that's right, kakeru has to do with starting an action. Okay. So, oboreru, so, obore kaketa sakura ga ka?
溺れかけたさくらがか。違うよケロちゃんか。違うよケ。
Chigao yo Kiro-chan. In other words, that's incorrect, Kiro-chan.
溺れかけたさくらがか。違うよケロちゃん、ちゃんと話聞いてなかったでしょ。
ちゃんと話 so proper story. Kiko, kite nai. Okay, this is from kite nai, but this is past tense, so kite nakata desho. So just so saying you're putting it out there as an idea, essentially. So you didn't properly listen to the story. Hanashi being story. So ちゃんと話聞いてなかったでしょ
あ、さくらがか。違うよケロちゃん、ちゃんと話聞いてなかったでしょ。あ、いや
いや、すまん。すまん。Sorry, excuse. Oh, yeah. It's like, oh. So, yes. Oh, wow. Suman. So, short for. Oh, sumimasen. So. So, suman can be sumimasen. I think this n on the end is basically, if I remember correctly, that's a kansai way of putting things into the negative. let's see, we always say itai only, but the full sentence is itai nani ka okoteru nda. Okay, so when you say itai by itself, it implies that full sentence, but in that full sentence, itai is just asking for, like, more emphatically asking for the whole details of what actually occurred. Kaketa almost. Yeah, in this case, the kakeru has to do with something almost occurred. It did not go to completion, as it was saying, and it's not in the present, it's in the past, which is why it's almost, let's see, and then he's saying here. Come on. Suman is a highly informal masculine contraction derived from sumimasen. Its grammatical origin lies with sumu, which means to be settled or to be finished. The negative form, sumanai, meaning not settled, not finished. Over time, this negative form was shortened in casual speech to suman. Oh, yeah, that's right, so that's just the shortening of the plain form of it, okay. Or dictionary form, okay. So this contraction follows a common pattern in Japanese grammar where the negative nai is reduced to an n. For example, Iran becomes Iran from Iranai, and Shiran from Shiranai. Oh, is that not an Osaka bin thing? Is Suman and Osaka bin thing? No, not Osaka, but Kansai bin. Yeah, Kansai bin thing. Let's see. Suman is considered a dialect expression specifically associated with Kansai bin. Okay. Tochiho, inversion of word order in a sentence. Anastrophe. Yes, so that's what that's called. Yeah, I've seen that it used several times. Tochihon, yes. So that's what that's called. Tochiho. Anastrophe. Don't think I've ever heard that term before. From the Greek blah, meaning a turning back around, is a figure of speech in which normal word order or subject of the verb and the object is changed. Yeah, Suman.
違うよケロちゃん、ちゃんと話聞いてなかったでしょ。あ、いやーすまん、みんな留守で久しぶりにさくらの部屋から出たから 違うよケロちゃん、ちゃんと話聞いてなかったでしょ。いやすまん、みんな留守でし
みんな留守 absence being away from home, house sitting. みんな留守 being left unattended to, of one's studies, neglecting. みんな留守 so everyone みんな 留守 okay みんな留守で久しぶり after a long time 久しぶりに I've heard this expression before, but I don't think I've ever studied its grammatical breakdown. Keiyodoshi or non-adjective, a long time. Hisashiburi. This is from a verb. See, there's hisashi, long. There's budu, a word then. Budu, to assume an air of, to act, to affect, to pose, to behave like, to pretend to. So, to assume an air of long, maybe? Hisashiburi. Explain the origin of hisashiburi. Hisashi means long or prolonged, and booty, booty. This suffix is derived from the verb fudu, meaning to swing, to move. In this context, it signifies the first time after a certain period. Therefore, hisashi. Okay, so this is from fudi, as in fudu, as in to shake. Yeah, to wave, to shake, to swing. Therefore, hisashi buri literally means the first time after a long time or after a long absence. So when we'll swing back towards someone, I guess, after a long time. It is used to express a particular event, such as seeing someone doing something or experiencing a condition that has not happened for a significant period. The suffix buri is commonly used with time periods to indicate the first time in X, aka swinging back the first time in X period. Hisashiburi ni Sakura no heya, Sakura's room, kara, deta kara. So, let's see, Mina Rusu de. So everyone said Mina Rusu de Hisashiburi ni Sakura no Heya kara dete kara. Okay, so This is the first time in a long time everyone's been absent. So, so, he could leave Sakura's room. See, everyone was out, so I left Sakura's room for the first time in a while.
違うよケロちゃん、ちゃんと話聞いてなかったでしょ。いやーすまん、みんな留守で久しぶりにさくらの部屋から出たからなんか落ち
なんか
のや。
落ち着く. That's right, fall and then come, which means has a meaning of calming down. You came to fall, in other words, you calmed down, okay? Ochisuku. Nanka. So something like everyone. Ochisuku. Oh. Sukan. Okay, so this is that Kansai thing with shortened night. So didn't calm down. So something like everyone not coming down. I just can't settle down. Nanka ochi sukan no yo. No ya, yeah. Nanka ochi sukan no ya.
みんな留守で久しぶりにさくらの部屋から出たからなんか落ち着かんのや。なるほど、そうやんな。さくらが溺れるわけはないわな。なるほど。
Naruhodo. Let's see. This is just dragging the A in it, but it's Naru and then Hodo, which together they means I see or I get it, but Hodo is actually a limit extent, sort of means more extent or limit, and then to become to the extent, or aka to become to the maximum limit, which basically took on the same meaning as like I understand, but that's where the expression's derived from. Naruhodo. Soya. Soyan. Nah, okay, this is just the particle, I believe, and this is just saying it in a statement type of way. So I understand that, essentially. Naruhodo soyan na. Sakura ga oboreru wake wa nai wa na oboreru. Sakura struggling in the water, drowning. Oh, okay, so the drowning, and this is wake. I believe this is supposed to be reason. Yeah, reason. Drowning, reason. As for Sakura, let's see. There is no drowning, so there's no reason for Sakura to drown. It sounds like he doesn't understand the situation. Let's see, yeah. Oh, I see. That makes sense. Sakura wouldn't drown. Oh, I see. That makes sense. Sakura wouldn't drown. AKA, there's no reason for Sakura to drown. So Sakura wouldn't drown, yeah. Naruhodo, so ya na. Sakura ga oboreru wake wa nai or na.
みんな留守で久しぶりにさくらの部屋から出たからなんか落ち着かんのや。なるほど、そうやんな。さくらが溺れるわけはないわな。さくら運動神経だけはええもんな。
Sakura undo shinkei, motor nerve, reflexes, athletic ability. Oh, I was actually curious about this word. Is it just being translated as motor nerve in this translator, or when you say athletic ability in Japanese, do you literally refer to some aspect of someone's nervous system as the way to talk about someone's athletic ability? So are you actually referencing someone's nervous system, or are you or is this just a translation thing when you're talking about someone's athletic ability? Kiro-chan is Kansai. Yes. I've been having to look up a lot of stuff on what Kyoto-chan's been saying because of his Kansai bin. Because my studies mostly only focused on standard Japanese. Let's see, wake is that kanji. Reason principle, yeah, it's that one. Wait, why is this coming up as a ri? Oh. Oh, wake is those two kanjis. Ryu, reason. Okay, yes, so let me write it down in case you see it later, but I was really curious on when you refer to athletic ability in Japanese, are you actually referring to like the anatomy part of like someone's nervous system? So Sakura Undo, let's see, Shinkei, nerve, Shinkei. I believe that first kanji has to do with God or religion, and the second kanji has to do with God, mind, soul, first kanji. Second one, sutra, longitude, pass through, expire. The vertical height, front to back length. So it has to do with the mind, soul, and then length. I guess you could say the mind and soul's length gets expressed with the length of nerves, so. Shinkei, nerves. And then Undo Shinkei is athletic motor nerve, or also can be used to refer to reflexes or athletic ability. Undo Shinkei. Undo Shinkei. Sakura Undo Shikei Dake wa Emona. So, as for Sakura-chan, the limit of her athletic ability is good. Or in other words. She has good athletic ability. 運動神経。
さくら運動神経だけはええもんな。だけって
何？Let's see. だけ何よ。This non is probably things, so oh, I get it now. Like what the only? What do you mean only? That's right, he used dake in that sentence, which means implying that the limit of Sakura's good attributes is her athletic ability. So what do you mean? So this is basically quoting it. Told you. So you saying dake thing, aka what do you mean only? What do you mean only or dake?
さくら運動神経
Sakura undo shike dake wa emo na. Oh, that's right. So he literally said, Sakura's only good attribute is her athletic ability.
だけはええもんな。だけって何よ。もうほっとけきゃげない。何よ。もうさくら運動神経だけはええもんな。だけって何よ。
Dake te nani dake te, yeah, you heard the double T in this case. Dake te nani yo.
だけはええもんな。だけって何よ。もうほっとけきゃげない。だけって何よ。もうほっとけ。
もうホットケーキあげない。Hoto, what is... Oh, hotcakes. Oh, aka pancakes, yeah, hotcakes, yeah. Hoto keiki. So, let's see, which mo is this? This is there's the addition mo, and then there's the... Let's see. When used in positive sentence, it can mean like all. And then when used in negative sentences, it can be used as all, and the negative sense like nothing. So in other words, this is trying to say I'm not going to give you any hotcakes at all. Okay, no more pancakes for you. I won't give you pancakes anymore. Okay, so it's not all, it's in this case being used like an anymore situation. Already yet, so not anymore. That's right, because in the positive sense, it can mean already, but in the negative sense, it's already not having that, so not anymore. Okay, so mo hot keiki agenai.
さくら運動神経だけはええもんな。だけって何よ。もうほっとけきゃげない。さくら様。
Sakura-chan sama. Okay, Sakura-chan sama. Honorific suffix.
何よ、もうホットケーキあげない。さくら様。
Wait, it sounds like he said Jama.
もうホットケーキあげない。さくら様。さくら様。
Jama. Is that a thing, Jama? I feel like this is something not translated right. Well.
何よ、もうホットケーキあげない。さくら様。
Oh, Sama. Okay, he just didn't say it strongly. Okay, Sakura-sama.
さくら様。
Okay, so Shitsumon ga arimasu ka? Are there any questions? And if not, we're gonna raid, so please stick around for that. So what's this person streaming? Oh, it's talking about the Dodgers, okay. Okay, we're gonna try to raid Teach to Learn. And he does accept raids. That's easy. Okay, this other raid's gonna be... Okay, we're gonna try rating G2G Gaming Channel. Oh, hold on. Okay, no, we're gonna try to rate May 2010. Okay, and let's see, who's the last person we're gonna raid? This is someone new I haven't seen before. I'm gonna try rating them. Violetta Gaming. Alright, any more questions before we go? If not, then Minasan, お気をつけて、また明日. Goodbye everyone. See you tomorrow.